Thank you for booking our testimonial interview as well. I'm super excited to be able to have others hear your story.
Yeah, it does. I'm trying to compartmentalize a
Hmm.
bit because right now and I know I specifically, when you wanted a review about the problem solving thing, I specifically at that time took the morning, set it down, watched each one individually, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I think I wrote something to you, but my memory, I don't remember specifically
Okay.
so much about. I'm probably more comfortable with all because I've had so many of your group sessions and your private sessions that
Hmm. So we focus on that.
or I could go back to even at the very beginning of the problem solving because that's in essence what you taught me to begin with.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think for me personally, I think you instilled a belief in me that I did not have to be stuck.
Hmm. That's so
So,
beautiful.
and I'm still working on getting unstuck,
Well, it's a
but
lot of
I
wiring in there, right?
firmly,
Yeah.
I firmly believe that I don't have to be stuck anymore, that I have a future out there and I can go after what I want. So to me, that is
Hmm. That's awesome. And how was that different in the past?
probably
Did you believe that that wasn't an option?
uh yeah, because I think I kept, especially when I was going through those three key elements and stuff, he kept talking about the wall and how to get past the wall. And I was always on that wall and I could never get past that wall.
Hmm.
So I think it's been through the hypnotherapy sessions that have helped me realize I can get past that wall.
Hmm.
And even though I'm stuck today, that doesn't mean I have to be stuck 5 minutes from now or 10 minutes from now, or I don't have to stay bouncing off that wall
Mm.
continually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've become, and I think originally I thought it was just going to magically happen. And I know it just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
magically happen, but
Mm-hmm.
um, it's enough that I'm not giving up. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And
Mm-hmm.
I think with going into the having showing self-compassion and love for myself and giving myself um, grace. And I don't like that particularly. Maybe giving myself, that I don't have to be perfect and
Yeah.
realize it's a step process that
Mm-hmm.
that has made a big difference for me.
Huge. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's been the biggest shift for you in order to get through that wall? Or is
Uh,
there anything else that comes to mind in the key factor of what helped you to get from believing that it wasn't possible to move forward to actually seeing, yes, I can choose? Can you think of what helped you to get
it's the
from?
repetition of hearing that, I don't know what
Mhm.
has meant,
It's true.
just the fact or my own desire of wanting to get past
Mhm.
that wall. And even though I fall down, I'm just, got to pick myself back up and keep going, but I'll never
Mhm.
get past the wall if I just stay there. So
Yep. Yep. I love it. That is true. It is
oh,
your desire. It is, yep. Helps that span the gap. Hmm. Do you want to share what it was that was your particular challenge before we started working together?
well, definitely it's the speaking up. It's still
Mhm.
my challenge. That's
Mhm.
still where I've fallen, down. But the
Yeah.
speaking up and the fact of getting off the sugar and the addiction that I've had, those have been my two major, major challenges.
Yeah. It's been so interesting to see your journey. On the inside, it's been about that internal fear of speaking up, but on the outside, I think that you really have discovered that the food addiction is the outside manifestation of that internal need. You want to speak to that at
Absolutely,
all?
yeah. The fact that, and are you recording this? Because I'm
I
all right with
am.
it.
And I think we could just put your picture on the front and then you don't have to worry about anything, the background or whatever.
Okay, so ask the question again.
Yeah, so on the journey that you've been through to recognize your internal pain or fear of not speaking up, and then the outside where there's the food addiction to kind of numb that need or pain, what has been your discovery process in that? What have you been able to realize or your growth journey?
Well, I realized that up until started mentoring with you, I was in complete denial of any feeling I had. That it was that I had to be that Miss Perfect, and um, my feelings didn't matter. I had to please other people. That was my purpose on earth, was to please other people and in order to have peace and less contention in any of my relationships. So, so my only comfort, my only peace that I ever received was numbing and hiding in the food.
Hmm.
And it only gave instant gratification. It didn't give long-term peace, but I realized that's how I self-soothed, was through food. And now I have all so many other options that it's training my brain that I have these other options. But I am learning now that I can self-soothe so many different ways and have gratification and hit dopamine ways, other ways besides food.
Yeah.
And that has made such a huge difference for me. So
What allowed you to discover that shift?
I think it was through all the hypnotherapy sessions. I've had both private and group sessions, and I listen to them faithfully, something every day. A lot of times I go to sleep with them. I wake up in the middle of the night during the night and we'll turn one back on again.
Mhm.
And I'm noticing just this last month that according to my nice little Apple Watch, I am getting more deeper sleep than I ever have had in my whole life. So, and I think it's because my body's finally getting a message. I am safe.
Mm, that is amazing. Yeah,
So
it's beautiful. So creating that shift with repetition, it sounds like, and you have been the ideal student, like literally. How much your desire pushes you forward, your consistency in showing up to the sessions, your consistency in practice outside of what we do together has been absolutely amazing. And I think that is truly what has helped you to go over that gap from where you were stuck and thinking that things couldn't change to really experiencing, wow, it is different now, and feeling. How does it feel now compared to what it felt like before? You said safe. Is there any other words that you have for that?
I have hope for a future. I'm 74 and my life is just now starting to begin. So
That is awesome. I love it. Okay.
that hope is tremendous.
Mhm.
And the overall peace and knowing, um, another thing, I've never allowed myself to have joy. My joy came through my food, so I'm finding other ways to have joy. So
Yeah, that is
that
huge.
is that
Yeah,
is huge.
right. Because the world, going from that old people pleasing mindset, you're just doing things for other people. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing what you have to do. But now, what has given you permission to allow yourself to have joy and shift out of that people pleasing place?
Realizing self-love and knowing that I deserve it just as much as other people deserve it. So,
That's right. That's awesome. Yep.
it's frustrating when it just doesn't automatically happen, but I'm
Yep. It's that uphill
but I'm
climb
getting
for
there, like I
sure.
said. It's that hope that keeps me trying and keep me moving forward, and self-compassion. When I fall down, I just pick myself back up and start again.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You've come so far. I'm really, really so proud of you. I'm amazed at all the progress you've made, and I'm so excited for the difference that it's made in your life.
Well, you have made a difference, Penny, in my life, because I've realized, well, I think I've known before, but that question, one of those questions, what you've been my cheerleader. You're the one, probably the one and only one that voices that they believe in me and I can do this. So you've been the best cheerleader ever.
Oh, thank you. It's been such a joy to walk beside you. Like, I have so much excitement when I hear your victories, and you're like, yes, I recognize this week. And it's seriously the most amazing thing. I appreciate you and all that we've been through together. I remember way back in the beginning, and I was going through my divorce, and I would show up before I knew about hypnotherapy or anything, I would show up. I was such a mess. I remember in one session I was crying, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. And you're like, no, you're helping me still. We've been through so much.
No, we have, but
Yep.
you helped me so,
Oh,
you're still helping me so much. And I just appreciate, love you so much, Penny.
oh,
You
I
are a
love you
true
too.
example of transformation. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so one last part that I love to do is if you were talking to the past you, the Charlene that was stuck in whatever place that you felt, what would you say to her so that she can now get a glimpse of where you are now?
What would I say to her? Just don't give up. There is sunshine around the corner. You can make your own sunshine right now. So just little steps at a time. How's that?
That's awesome. That's super awesome. Yep, it is
And to be
awesome.
aware. I think that's the biggest thing. Once I was aware of what I was doing and thinking and feeling, yeah, just be aware,
Mm.
because
Yeah,
change
because
doesn't happen until we're aware of where we're at. And
right. You mentioned that before we started working together, that you would totally ignore your emotions, and that place of being emotionally aware was it a cave? What helped you to look into that place of being aware?
well, I guess a desire for the change helped me go in there and write and feeling the emotions and identifying the emotions. We've been working how many years, and I'm just now starting that my actually recognizing emotions. It has been buried for so long that it's
Mm.
taken a long time to actually acknowledge them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, that's my next step, is to really, really be aware of what am I feeling and allowing me to feel it.
Mhm.
And where do I feel it in my body?
Yeah. Yep. Increasing that connection between your mind and your heart and your body. Yeah. Yeah. So much more freedom and flow and beautiful acceptance is in store for you. It's going to be awesome.
I love how you have focused on victories, because the last, I would eat and binge and say I'm never going to do it again. And then when I would, I'd go in that shame cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would take me sometimes even months to get out of it, to start back to eating the way how I wanted to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal is to be completely abstinent, but I'm realizing that may be a goal not right now, because I'm still struggling. I can't, when I'm with my family, I have not been able to. And this weekend, I was just again with my family, going in with it, the truth thing. I had my meals prep, this is what I'm going to do, but I couldn't hold to it. And I did not shame myself, and I'm not shaming myself today, and I'm right back on track again. And even when I, And to me, that is the best win ever. So
Yeah.
not to but shame, and just pick up where I'm at and realize, love myself, that I did my best, and understand, you know, understand where I've been and
Yeah.
why I've been overeating and binging, and give myself compassion. And that has helped me. So
That's beautiful.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. That is the messy middle, and you are in the middle of that courageous place of transformation. So, so good. I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing. We'll find some way to use this, and then you don't have to worry about anything
Oh,
else.
thank you. Love you.
Oh, you're amazing. Appreciate you so much.
You are too. You're helping so many people, and have a whole bunch of people out there that
Yes, we
you
will keep
will.
finding them. It will
Right.
be great.
Oh.
Awesome.